Let's be honest. Being a responsible adult sucks about 50% of the time, if not more.
Yesterday, I was so broke. I was negative 95 in the bank. And I was 3 miles to the tank, to the gas, well, whatever, left in my car. I couldn't even go drive nowhere to pump gas because I didn't even have no money.
The Pennsylvania minimum wage is $7.25. You literally have to work more than half an hour to pay for 1 gallon of gas right now.
Have y'all ever heard the saying, living paycheck to paycheck? Well, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me put it in perspective for you. I had $1.83 in my bank. I just swiped credit at the gas pump so I could get $10 for gas because I was on E, my friend. And hopefully in 2 business days, I get that $10 back in my account because my bank does not play, man.
Americans are struggling. People are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to make ends meet, struggling to pay their bills. Today's clips is going to illustrate all of these things to let you know that you are not alone. This is what we are all going through. Most of us are experiencing the same things. All right, so stay tuned. Check it out.
Wage is $7.25. You literally have to work more than half an hour to pay for 1 gallon of gas right now. Let's make it make sense. I'm Jen O'Maris, state representative from Delaware County, and I want to help you understand why the Pennsylvania minimum wage is still $7.25. The Pennsylvania General Assembly hasn't raised the minimum wage since 2009. Last time the federal government has raised the minimum wage, I was literally still in high school. So I got elected in 2018, and raising the wage is something that the House Democrats have been talking about since I got here. And we aren't just talking about it, we are attempting year after year to deliver. Since the House Democrats took the majority in 2022, we have passed a minimum wage increase bill every session. We do it in different versions, we have done it in different sessions, we do it in different methods. Each time, though, our goal has been to raise the minimum wage to at least $15, understanding that, honestly, that isn't even enough at this point. Unfortunately, as has been a theme, we have continued to send these bills to the Pennsylvania House, only for the Pennsylvania Senate to continue to do nothing. We here in the House just voted again last month to raise the minimum wage to $15. So again, this is one where I don't understand why the Senate Republicans won't pass raising the minimum wage. They say that it isn't necessary. They say that the market will correct itself. They say that no one works minimum wage jobs anymore, seeming to ignore the fact that you have to raise the floor for everyone's wages to go up. And yes, people do still work minimum wage jobs. I used to work minimum wage jobs really not that long ago. And so I am going to continue to fight. I know my colleagues are here in the House are going to continue to fight to see a minimum wage increase because frankly, I've been out of high school for too long for this to still be the way. And I'm having a hard time even making this one.
So I woke up this morning with $3.82 in my bank account, right? I've never been that low since I was in high school or whatever. And I was freaking out because I knew I had to meet with people to pick up the free stuff in my unit, and it was 14 miles away. And I know when I went to sleep, I only had 52 miles on my tank. So I get in the car and get here, get them all the stuff. And when I get back in the car, I only have like 37 miles. I was like, I only have 37 miles on my tank. I have $3.82. How am I going to make money to survive the rest of the day or the rest of the week, right? So I was like, you know what? If I can get 2 rides on Uber for $4 each or Lyft, then, you know, they'll give me at least like $10 altogether for gas. And lo and behold, Lord Almighty, Muhammad, Buddha, whatever was looking out for me because I got 2 rides with 20 miles left in my tank. Like, when my car goes below 25 miles, it don't even tell me how many miles I have left. It just says low.
So Trump has said the minimum work week should be 32 hours, with minimum wage going up to $25 an hour. And he's saying minimum 32 hours because he wants us to have quality family time with our family. He feels like Americans are not spending enough time with their families because they're trying to pay the bills, because they're trying to put food on the table. So if we're working 32 hours, that's 4 days out of the week that we will have to work. And 8 times 25, that's $200. So within 4 days, you already had made $800. Just 4 days alone, that's just for minimum wage. That's the minimum wage amount that he's trying to put out. So just imagine if you was working somewhere else making more and just working 32 hours, how much you're going to be making. I pray this is something that goes into effect. We the people need this. I've been seeing people saying that $25 is not enough, which I think it is enough coming from $7.25. So $25 is a big leap from $7.25. Cause just imagine that $7.25. Who's still getting paid $7.25? What can you actually pay? What bills can you actually pay with $7.25? $7.25. That's $58 just for 8 hours. That don't even cover my phone bill. So yes, I hope this does go into effect soon.
Have y'all ever heard the saying, living paycheck to paycheck? Well, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me put it in perspective for you. I had $1.83 in my bank. I just swiped credit at the gas pump so I could get $10 for gas because I was on E, my friend. And hopefully in 2 business days, I get that $10 back in my account because my bank does not play, man. They charged me $40 in overdraft fees because I was overdrafted 7 pennies. I ain't even playing it. Banks do not mess around with their money, even if it's 7 pennies. So, all that to say, please hit all these buttons so I can get TikTok paid and get my $10. Love you, bye.
Let's be honest, being a responsible adult sucks about 50% of the time, if not more. So last year I had to pay roughly a little bit over $5,000 to replace my engine after it gave out. And all leading up to then for years, I was going to take 5 just like everybody else. But since getting my engine replaced and at the advice of my mother, strong advice of my mother at that, and also seeing things online like people saying take 5, mess this up, take 5, ruin that, I was like, okay, I need to go back to like an actual real deal shop, right? So I go to this place around the corner from me called Discount Tire and Brake. Discount Tire and Brake. So I'm thinking, the worst this oil change could be is $100, maybe. I get to the counter, that man says $260. I start tripping on my words. $260? Huh? Eventually he drops it down to $216, but still, if I would have just went back to take 5 like I always been, it would have been $80. I paid $60 for labor, $55 for the air and cabin filter. The oil change was only $78. I did the responsible thing and got beat over the head for $216 I was not expecting to spend. And that's why I say being a responsible adult sucks 50% or more of the time.
My coworker saw my bank account the other day and it said $25 and we don't get paid for another like 2 weeks. And he was like, how are you surviving? Like, how do you even live off $25? I'll tell you if you really want to know how I budget and save. I sleep. Literally, you have to have no obligations. Just sleep. Because if you're sleeping, you can't be spending money. Period.
It is impossible to save right now. This is coming from somebody who's a really good saver. The fact that I have done less this year and yet I still have nothing to save is wild to me. I don't go out to eat, I don't get drinks. This is the least I've ever traveled. Shopping sprees are very far and few between. Also, I'm spending less money on rent, and yet every single one of my paychecks is going towards some sort of bill, an adult related thing I don't want to pay for, like insurance, my car repair, maintenance on my HVAC. I mean, I feel like the list is endless. Long story short, everything costs too much. There's so many hidden fees, so unless you ask for an itemized report of what exactly you've been charged for, you're probably paying more than you're actually supposed to. Companies want to pay you less, the cost of living is rising. As an example, the way that I used to make $3,000 a month when I graduated college, and yet I was still able to save about $1,000 a month, I can't do that anymore. Ways that I could stretch $100 when I was in college does not go far now. Honestly, if you can, move home with your parents. Pick up a side job. It's only gonna get worse before it gets better. What really enrages me is when the economy is up, the prices go up, and then they never come down. And even when the economy is not doing good, those prices never come down. And guess who suffers? All of us. If anyone has a good side hustle that doesn't take money to start, let me know, because I think we are all struggling and it would be really helpful. Bye.
Y'all, I don't even like getting on this app, man. Asking for help. I already know what type of comments I'm finna get on this video. I already know what type of views I'm finna get on this video. It is what it is. I'm just trying to get some help to get some food. And literally, I don't got no gas in my car. Struggling bad right now, y'all. I'm praying that someone sees this video and actually can support me. If not, that's all good too. You know, I'm used to it.
With inflation, rising rent, rising utilities, rising food prices, all of these things are weighing down on the American people. It's becoming increasingly hard not to be frustrated and fed up with the way this system is being ran. Many people are trying to find side hustles, working hard, extra hours, and still, with all of that, finding it hard to get ahead. And saving for most is not even an option. You get paid and your check is gone. People are cutting back on expenses. They're not going out the way they used to. They're not clothes shopping. The malls are dying out. Everything seems to be coming to a halt. The economy and inflation is through the roof, and it's going to get worse. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. How are you getting ahead? How are you maintaining? Do you find it to be a struggle? Till next time, peace.